Here we'll learn about displacement reaction. Now in displacement reaction, a more active metal displaces a less active metal. So in this picture, in the first picture, you see there are iron nails here. This is the iron nails here. There are two iron nails and they are dipped in a blue solution of copper sulfate. This is a blue solution of copper sulfate and they are kept there for some time. When you observe them after some time, you find this blue solution has turned green. And the iron, which was like grayish in color, now has got coated with some brown or brownish coat around, reddish brown coat. We'll learn why this happens. So we have first write the reaction. And the reaction goes like this. We had iron, which was Fe, and it was put in copper sulfate solution. Now iron being more reactive, it displaces this copper and now we get FeSO4 and the copper is pushed out. It is pushed out here and here you get plus copper. This copper sulfate is blue in color. However, the ferrous sulfate is here green in color. And the copper that is formed gets deposited on the nail. That's why the color of the nail changes. Hence, the nail gets a little coating. You can see in this picture here, you have the blue, here this is the blue copper sulfate. And this was the iron nail in this. Here this was the iron nail. Now look at this iron nail here. What has happened to it? This iron nail has got coated, has got a coating of a reddish like coating. This coating is of copper because the copper that was displaced attached to the iron nail. And then we had here ferrous sulfate formed, which was green in color. There are many such reactions of displacement, like if you take zinc plus copper sulfate, the same thing happens. Zinc being more reactive, it pushes the copper out of the copper sulfate and it forms zinc sulfate plus copper. And then we also, if you take Pb is lead. Lead plus copper chloride, the same thing here, lead being more reactive than copper, it pushes the copper away and then forms lead chloride plus copper. So this is our lead, this is copper chloride, and this is here lead chloride. This reaction takes place because lead is more reactive than copper. In this case we have zinc, this is copper sulfate, and this is zinc sulfate. This again reaction takes place because zinc is more reactive than copper. And this next reaction takes place because iron is more reactive than copper. These are displacement reactions. A more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal. So if we had like a big beaker of say silver nitrate, okay, now this is all silver nitrate. Could we stir this silver nitrate with say a copper spoon? This is a copper spoon. What would happen? Or could we store, another application question, could we store silver nitrate in copper vessel? What would happen if we store silver nitrate in copper vessel? So copper would react with silver nitrate, and copper is more reactive than silver. It would displace it and form copper nitrate plus plus silver. Look at this, the other two reactions here. Do you think this reaction would take place copper with iron sulfate? No, it won't. Why? Because copper is less reactive than iron, and it would not displace, it would not be able to displace iron. Similarly, if we put copper in zinc sulfate, the reaction will not take place because the copper is less reactive and is unable to displace the zinc. To summarize this slide, we know we cannot stir a silver nitrate solution with copper spoon because the following reaction will take place. The copper will react with the silver nitrate, with silver nitrate to give you copper nitrate and silver. Neither can we store silver nitrate in a copper vessel, because if we store silver nitrate in a copper vessel, the copper will react and the vessel will get holes. This following reaction will take place.